Here is Chief Meteorologist Chase Jones.
All right, so a beautiful Wednesday, a little bit of rain making its way through the area, but if you're new to San Angelo, get ready for the heat. This will be the last triple-digit day of the summer, if not for the year. Now, only a couple days left until fall, but I promise you the fall weather is right behind it. Now, temperatures over the last 24 hours all the way down into those upper 60s, a good run at those mid-90s, and right before it got too hot, here came the rain, pushing us all the way down 10 degrees, and then we slowly cooled off into those mid-70s by tonight, somewhere around those lower 70s before we get a good head start at those triple digits. So we're practicing hot weather safety. 77 in San Angelo, everybody else in those lower 80s across the entire Concho Valley, but I'm on the track for the cooling rate right now. 77 in San Angelo, 85 in Robberly, 82 down there in Junction. So we have about 8 degrees across the entire Concho Valley from the middle on out, so a good radius across the entire area. But dew points are in those 60s and those 50s, while humidity indices are in those 70s all the way down into those 60s. So holding on to a lot of moisture for a pretty thick Thursday, but I promise you by Friday, here comes the cool down around kickoff. I am not kidding. Model data is showing us a pretty strong storm all weekend, in fact. Now, moisture tracker showing you the reflection of yellow that's going to hang around the eastern part of the Concho Valley, but I promise you some pretty heavy weather is on its way in. Now, upper level pattern is going to show you the cold air sinking in from the north off the eastern side, but keep your eye on the cold air off the west coast. It's going to retrograde off back towards the west. Now, a cutoff low is developing, and that's going to pump a whole lot of cold, moist air up and around the Rocky Mountains and bring it across the Midwest right into the Concho Valley, where we're always on the tail end. Now, take a good look at the water vapor imagery off the west coast. There's our circulation helping with those forest fires as it pulls all that moisture up from the west coast. Now, here's our cutoff low off the west coast, a little bit further on the eastern Pacific. You see it pushing all the moisture, and then the ginormous stationary boundary all the way into the Concho Valley. Now, severe weather outlook pretty calm right now, but I promise you by tomorrow a little more intense. Down at the surface, getting a better idea of flash flooding and wildfires at the same time. So by tomorrow, hopefully they're out, but all that moisture making its way across the Midwest, where it's erupting around Nebraska and parts of Kansas. But let's really zoom in on the Concho Valley right now. So you see the cloud cover dissipating across the entire area. I promise you more moisture is on the way. Now, the cloud cover clears out for tomorrow, but keep your eye on the circulation around Oklahoma and all the moisture making its way in from the west. Now, Thursday evening into overnight hours, we're going to see that rain shower activity make its way through. By Friday, a pretty cool start to the day with a cloud bank up towards the north. Around kickoff, a good explosion of rain shower activity, and then as we make our way over into Saturday night, still holding on to a lot of that thunderstorm activity. By the afternoon, another good round's going to make its way in, and then I run out of data, but that is Stevens' neck of the woods. So tonight, all the way back down into those lower 70s with that clearing cloud cover and those breezier conditions. Then tomorrow, a good run at those triple digits. So we're practicing hot weather safety. That includes a lot of sunscreen, drinking plenty of water, and taking lots of breaks, because I promise you by Friday, whether you have good plans or not, I was talking with Rose and Nancy over at the store. We said if you're not doing anything over the weekend, it's good to rest, because it is football season and Labor Day at the same time. But that cooler weather making its way in all the way down into those mid-80s, while those overnight lows drop from those mid-70s all the way down into those mid-60s. Stay tuned. We'll have more of the break. You're watching KSAN News at 10.